And welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Well, we've got a very special guest on the show now because a brand new Sadus album is right upon us right now, and we thought we would actually get Darren Travis on the phone to chat a little bit about this brand new album so we can find out a little bit more about it. Welcome to the program, Darren.
What's up, Dave?
I am really, really well, mate. Now, we are so excited about The Shadow Inside about to come out. Tell us a little bit about how you feel now with the album about to be released.
Well, it's a lot of work, so I'm ecstatic. It was a long time coming, and I'm really proud of it.
Now, like you said, it was a long time coming. There's 16 years between albums. Why did now feel like the right time to do a brand new album?
I had a bunch of songs that I was writing, and I just wanted to need to, put some art out there. And so basically, I tried as fast as I could, but like basically we, after 2009, we just kind of just all went our separate ways because of it. Just everybody was either like just working or, after the recession in 2008, we all needed to get, have to pay the bills. So kind of music took a back burner. Sadus is not a profitable band. So, we all have to have jobs. So it's like, somebody's going one direction, the other goes the other. And, not that anybody ever lost communication with each other, but it was just, time goes by and you just start living.
Yeah.
And for the last 5 years, I've just been really back into playing, and I got like some new gear, and I just really got inspired when I wrote like 60 songs. And I started using like a iPhone, and as soon as I got an iPhone, I was like, I could put my guitar into this phone. What the hell, really? And I could just have a full studio. So I just was like going crazy, and with the iPhone, and it made me write a bunch of songs, and just went from there. So like, the albums has a wide variety because I was on and off type of guy. I like, right today, and then I wouldn't play for a while. And so, different moods kind of set different tones. And I hope that the album has like a wide variety in that sense.
Definitely. Now, aside from having new gear, was there anything else that was inspiring you, like the world around you or things you were going through personally? Were there different things that you feel brought on that burst of songwriting?
For sure. That's what it was, really. It was just me feeling the stuff that I feel inside. I was alone. I didn't have really anybody helping me with my music or writing music. I wanted to play with people, and a lot of people were just too busy, and I was like, oh man, so I'm just gonna do it all myself. And just comes time to I tried to play with like John, and he was busy too, and eventually I got tracked him down. I was working with a couple of different people, just doing stuff on my own, and then when me and John got together, we kind of like set up a little studio in my one of my rooms, and just a little bedroom thing, and put like a little electric kit, and I just started playing riffs, like showing him all my songs, and he ended up like living with me for like a year, and we just worked on stuff and just had best time just freaking playing music in my little fucking jam room like the old days. And came up with this album, and it's all kind of there's a thread that runs through it, and that's why it's called The Shadow Inside. It's like all the feelings that kind of that we go through, and we feel like you have that fire, you have that coldness, you have that all kinds of different feelings, and for me, I was like, I gotta. Every song kind of had a little close similarity with that, something that's a feeling of that I was feeling at the time, whether it be scorched and burnt or the devil in me. Sometimes you get home from, for me at least, metal is like, it's a way for me to get my aggression out. Like I can't go and when I get cut off on the way home, from work, commuting, and fucking this motherfucker just, really, dude, you're just gonna, or whatever happens, and you just you get home and you're like, you can't freaking just beat that guy up, so I'm gonna beat that freaking guitar up. So I beat the guitar up, and I get that's how so you get that feeling, and that's kind of what metal is for all of us. We get that feeling, and we just want to fucking release, and that's why we go to the shows. That's why I play what I do. That's why Sadus is Sadus. It's not profit. We don't get anything from doing this. It's all fucking hard ass work, and to just do it for metal, Yeah. So, the shadow inside all encompassed the type of feeling that was going on at the time. And we needed to come up with a title, so it kind of fit with the whole theme of the different lyrics in each song. If you listen to in its entirety.
Yeah, you mentioned Scorched and Burnt. Then that is one of my favorite tracks from the album. I understand, aside from the personal things, though, it was also kind of inspired by the wildfires in California. Is that something that happens to you quite often, where you see something that's happening in the world, and then when you sit down to write about it, it turns into something personal as well through the lyrics?
Funny you should say that, but like, it's not really about wildfires. It's not, for me.
Yeah.
It's a personal thing. It's somebody has done something to me, and really freaking burnt me as a person, it could be for, the world was burning at the time when I was writing it, and I was just like scorched and fucking, and it's an attitude of like, something that has happened in my personal life where I have felt, scorched and burnt too. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. You write from such a personal point of view, but when the listener is listening to this album, you can tell that there's going to be people out there who listen to it and think, I've been through that, or I'm going through that. Do you have a lot of people reach out to you and say that about your lyrics, that they know exactly where you're coming from?
And it's just, I throw it out there as much as I can and be as raw as possible so that everybody can hopefully get what I'm trying to say. And I'm emotion in the voice too, when I'm, some of that stuff that I'm saying, you could tell, what I was feeling at the time when I was singing some of that stuff. So you're like, I hope that it will give you that feeling of like, especially at Scorched, at the end there's some freaking pretty insane vocals on there, if I don't say so myself. The guy's like, who is that guy? What's wrong with him? What a fucking crazy bastard.
When you were working on the tracks, did the rest of the band know that you were working on them, or did they suddenly get a surprise when you said to them, hey, I've got all these tracks here?
No, I just always been just working on little things. So everybody does that. So it was no surprise, but I just wanted to, make some art, make something. So, and just I tired of waiting and just let's go. And I had Juan Ortega from, he's well known studio. He did the record with us, and he was really pushing me a lot back, when I had nobody. He's like, dude, I did a little thing. I just want to come in your studio and just record something. And I did it with Greyhaven Music, who used to do the Zetro show. The guys are really cool. And I said, hey, I'm going to go in the Juan's studio and just freaking record something, just one take. Well, actually, I did 3 takes. So we did 3 takes, and then we just combined it into a video, like just me, called In the End. It's on YouTube or something. And I just wanting. Nobody was around. Nobody would freaking. I couldn't play with anybody. I'm like, I'm just gonna do something by myself, just like I've been doing when I, on this whole record until I got together at the last 4 years, 5 years, with somebody, and he's the one that's really been pushing me, and I'll get you a fucking drummer right now. I'll get you. What do you need? I'm like, oh man, I just want to play with the guys. But so it was a no-brainer going with Juan and getting recording this stuff. Hang on a second. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So, now that the album is about to come out, what are your hopes for 2024? Are you hoping to record some of the other 60 tracks that you've done? Are you hoping to get out there and do some shows? What are the plans going forward?
Both, for sure.
Yep.
Both, for sure. So, yeah, that's what I'm actually been. It's been, the album's been in the can for a couple years now almost. So, or 1 year. Well, not really. We did 6 songs initially. Like I was getting to that story, Juan was like, I had these songs, and he's like, let's record. So me and John got together. I got like 6 really. We both had really 6 strong songs, and we went in and recorded those, and they sound really cool. And I was like, I wonder if anybody would want to hear these songs. And I was like, so I kind of looked to some old friends. I was like, I was asked around like we do, I was like, so I asked some old friends, and I asked Monty Connor he was one of the guys that signed us initially. And I was like, do you think that anybody would really be interested in hearing some of my music? Say me and John. And he was like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, well, okay, cool. I'll send you some. And he goes, who? Do you know? And he was like, me? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's a pleasant surprise. And he's like, well, yeah. And then he really dug it. And so now we have a relationship with Nuclear Blast. And it's been good.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm looking at the artwork at the moment as well from the cover by Travis Smith. That is such an amazing artwork. What was your first reaction when you got that artwork back from Travis?
Well, we worked on that together, me, John, and Trav. And that's kind of, I sent them all the words, and I just told them the story. Mostly, the shadow inside. Try to how all of the inner feelings that we have. It's like a ball of fire. If you don't freaking release it, it's gonna burn you up. And we kind of just talk about having different, aspects of the whole lyric thing, and we came up with the title, "The Shadow Inside." So it's like somebody that's, pretty much the feelings inside of all of us. So it's like, and you kind of got to release them, and then they're kind of trapped, and it's hard to explain. But I want everybody just to get what they get out of it, and it's like I don't know. It's really fucking cool though. Yeah, it turned out great.
It certainly did. Well, Darren, to finish off, we're about to play a track from the album on our show right now, but what would you like to say to everybody out there before they go out and grab a copy of the album and take a listen to it?
Oh, man, I appreciate it that I'm even freaking able to make music and get it out to people that even would even care to listen to it. So I appreciate all of you, and freaking grab the record and put it on in the beginning and listen to the whole thing. And hopefully it takes you on a nice fucking ride. Fucking and you feel what I feel, and fucking, I don't know, matter.